Thank you for reading the book of Exodus with us as we read it together at our church. If you're watching this real time as these videos are released, you'll know we're starting a series. Actually started it yesterday on March 10th, and for 9 consecutive Sundays going to be going through the book of Exodus. And so we've encouraged you to read along with us. We're just asking you to read 5 chapters a week, 1 chapter Monday through Friday. On those days, we'll release one of these videos just with some initial thoughts about the chapter we read. This is not an in-depth Bible study. This is just something that we learned, something that caught our attention, maybe something that we just found interesting. And this week, it'll be me doing these videos. Future weeks, we may have other people from our church sharing and giving their thoughts on a particular chapter. I would encourage you, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, to comment underneath if you're watching this and just let us know what you read this morning in Exodus and what God is teaching you through the particular chapter for each video. Most of the videos will be somewhere around 2 minutes long. This one's a little longer because I'm introducing it and kind of explaining what to expect. But in general, just read a chapter of Exodus and then just let us know what you think about it. So this morning, as we're reading together, we're in Exodus chapter 1, the very first chapter, and a lot going on to set the stage for the rest of the book. These aren't summary videos, but if you've read it, you realize the suffering that the people of Israel are having to endure, and the faithfulness of a couple of midwife women. And that's really what strikes me, is in the midst of all the trials and the tribulations, these women are faithful. And in verse 20 in particular, it says, so God dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and grew very strong. Verse 21, and because the midwives feared God, he gave them families. This is, to me, just remarkable in the things that these women could be fearing. Their own lives, first and foremost, disobedience to the Pharaoh. They could be fearing the loss of loved ones and people they cared about, losing children and families. What their focus was, not on the circumstances around them, but they feared God. And it says God dealt well with these midwives, and that ultimately he says he gave them families. We're told that he blessed them with children of their own. And the truth is, God doesn't always give us what we want or the desires of our heart, but it's comforting to know that when we're faithful, God looks favorably on that. And when we fear God, God rewards it with his own purpose and his own will. That doesn't always mean our own personal success and blessings, but what it means is the blessing of God, which is, again, what we're striving for as we fear him. So in Exodus chapter 1, I just love to think about the faithfulness of these women and how they feared God above all else.